We're going to get them into the shaker. And we're just going to give a light muddle. And guys, whenever you're making a cocktail, you always want to start off with your citrus, start off with your syrups first before you add your spirit. That way you can adjust from there, right? So this is definitely the way to start it off. We got a light muddle here. Now we're going to go ahead with our Tito's. And we're going to do a 1.5 ounce pour of the Tito's. You can go a little stronger if you like. And we're going to go ahead with our ice and give a firm shake. Okay, we're going to let that rest a little bit. As our shaker is chilling out before we take it off, just want to give you guys a little bit of background about myself. I'm originally from Connecticut. I've been down here in South Florida for about 10 years. And backyard barbecuing is my passion, right? So while we were doing all the barbecues up in Connecticut, only having 2-3 months out of the year, down here, summer year round, right? So my passion really took off with that. You know, we spent a lot of time in the backyard doing our barbecue, perfecting our techniques. Then we got involved with a great organization called the Gridiron Grill Off. They paired up with the Miami Dolphins, some of the best chefs down here in South Florida. Had the opportunity to really showcase well there, take out a few wins, and last year I got to judge with them. So by doing that, we really got the ins and outs of all types of barbecue. Low and slow smoke, you know, fast onto the grill. So we're able to do a lot of different things. Today with the sous vide technique, we're going to slow things down a little bit and do indirect perfect cooking. So we're going to be able to take you through that as we go, okay? So from there, let's see if we can get the shaker back open. We're not going to get that open right now, but that's quite all right. So from there, yes, please, thank you very much. We're going to go ahead and start the demo. Go ahead from there. So proper preheating of the grill, guys, right? So we want to make sure that the grill is preheated. It's very important to make sure your grill is seasoned and preheated as you go. We got our grill going behind us right around 400 degrees. And from there, we're going to go ahead and start to get our sauce going. Okay, so stay tuned. From here, as we start our pasilla chili sauce, we have our beautiful onions. We have our pasilla chilies. We have our cilantro, cumin, coriander, and garlic. And we have our fresh tomatoes and mangoes. So we're going to take these spices, lay them out front. For your onions and your jalapenos and tomato, very simple. We're just going to do a light oil, salt and pepper. Right over the top. So guys, this is a great sauce that we're going to make here. So pasilla chilies, they're really universal chili. And what's going to do is going to grab a nice smokiness to the sauce. And it's also going to round out these flavors here with the fresh tomatoes. Very light seasoned salt and pepper. And we're going to go ahead and take these onto the grill. Okay, so now that we got our salsa onto the grill, don't worry about leaving it there. We want to char. We want to get it a little bit black. We're looking for that caramelization of the sugars from the vegetables. So we're going to let them crisp up and caramelize. So with sous vide, it's one of those things that really is perfection. So as chefs, we're always searching for that perfect steak, that perfect fish, really trying to dial into perfection, right? So this is something that is totally approachable and easy for you to do at home. Sous vide has become more approachable now. You can buy them at Target. You can get them online at Amazon. You can get a decent sous vide stick for about $70 to $100. What that's going to do is allow you to pre-cook your steaks, get them to the perfect temperature, and then when it comes time, all you got to do is throw them onto the grill and do a hard sear. So today, we're going to be working with a Wagyu steak. Our Wagyu steak, we have, it's an Australian Wagyu, right? So it's an A5. A5 talks about the marbling score. So there's different scores of marbling through the steak, and Wagyu is on the A5, excuse me. So with the A5, this one here is just absolutely amazing, nice and buttery, good fat content. What we're going to do here, we're going to place it into our bags. And guys, so with the sous vide, once we get it going, it takes about 30 minutes for the direct style of cooking. We're gonna go ahead and compress it, and by compressing it, it's gonna add more flavor to the steak, right? So by doing so, we're gonna be able to increase our flavor profile. We're gonna be able to perfect the temperature we're cooking it to, but then we're also gonna be able to set it up for you to be able to take your time on the grill and not have to rush so much. So we're gonna go ahead here, nice salt and pepper.
It's awesome.
And guys, I always like to salt my steaks first. So what that does, that opens up the steak, and it's gonna start to release some moisture from the steak, and it's gonna help when you start to do your spices. So we're gonna salt first before we make our peppercorn rub. So we've got a liberal amount of salt onto the steaks. We're gonna go ahead and let that chill off for a couple of minutes, just so the steak can start to sweat a little bit. And now we're gonna move on to our peppercorn. So guys, this is gonna be a peppercorn rub. Thank you so much for helping me get this open, by the way. It's everybody on set. So guys, with that said, you guys know me, I like to start with cocktail. So we are back to cocktail real quick. So guys, back to our mojito, right? So strawberries muddled, we got a little bit of lime in there, simple syrup. We're gonna pour that over the top. Absolutely beautiful color here. We garnish with some fresh mint. And then a strawberry here on the side. I hope you guys are making these at home. You're going to be able to enjoy this with me because these things are amazing, super refreshing, super appropriate for summertime. You're going to love this stuff. So guys, with peppercorns, I'm a big fan of blending them. So, right, we could go to the store, we could buy spices, but for me, it's about grinding them fresh. So we're doing pink peppercorn today. We're doing smoked black peppercorn. We have regular peppercorns as well. So it's kind of our house blend for peppercorn. So it brings out smokiness before you're even hitting the grill, before you're even hitting any smoke point. So it's really gonna help you layer that flavor of natural caramelization from the grill. So here what we're gonna do, guys, these little grinders right here, coffee grinders, you can get them anywhere, super cheap, and they make such a difference. So don't be afraid to grind your own spices at home. Toast them up, throw them into a grinder. It's really going to make a difference in your end result. So we're going to go into our grinder. We also have a little bit of coriander. So with the coriander, we're going to add that in as well, so that could blend into our peppercorn mix. And we're looking for a coarse grind here, right? So we don't want to go super fine, but we want to have it coarse enough so when you bite into it, you get that punch of peppercorn. So guys, as you can see here, very small, but it's very effective, right? So as we got the peppercorn, excuse me, the aromatics on this is crazy, fam. Like when you smell it, as opposed to opening up any type of spice you buy off the shelf, you can smell this just by holding it right here. So that alone is going to transfer so much flavor into your product. It's amazing. So again, be liberal with this because we're going to go into the sous vide. It's going to take about 25 minutes or so in that water bath. So we want to make sure that we're creating a really good, strong flavor profile. So guys, with sous vide, we also like to add fresh herbs. You know, as we're compressing, as we're cooking any steak, we like to make sure that we have some fresh herbs in there. It's going to help with your aromatics. It's going to help with the overall conception of the dish and how the flavors come through. If you guys know me, it's about the flavor, and that's what we do. You know, it's about bringing it together and layering flavor. So it can't be one note. It's got to be spicy. It's got to have texture. It's got to have sweetness. So again, you can see I'm going very liberal here. Really strong peppercorn, right? Same way you do like an all-floss steak. We're gonna go ahead with a Wagyu. We're gonna go inside. We're gonna put some fresh herb. We got thyme, beautiful thyme. We got rosemary. Also gonna add fresh butter. So we're butter poaching the steak in the sous vide. So as the salt starts to break down the texture of the beef, the butter and the milk solids are also gonna do that as well and let the salt permeate into the steak as well as the peppercorns and herbs. We're gonna go ahead there. Fresh butter, a couple tablespoons. And here we go again. Fresh herbs. Couple tablespoons of butter. All right, from here we're gonna go over to our sous vide machine. So guys, if you don't have a vacuum machine at home, a regular food sealer is fine. So a food sealer, you can get them, again, really pretty much anywhere nowadays. They're great to have for this content, for doing the sous vide, for this approach, but also for bulk prep, marinating and infusing fish and foods. So I strongly suggest you get one. If you only have the sous vide stick, you could also take the steak and just drop it down into the water in a Ziploc bag. The actual water and the pressure of the water will release the air out. Just do a little clip on the side, and you can do it without a vacuum machine. But again, those food sealers are pretty easy to find. So we're gonna go over here and compress. This is gonna take about a minute or so as we compress, guys. As that's going down, and I want to talk to you a little bit about the pasilla chili. So the pasilla chili is very important. This is one of the holy trinity peppers. When you talk about making a real chili powder, guajillo, ancho, and pasilla. These are the best chilies. We use them a lot in salsas and making sauces themselves. So what you want to do with these always is you want to toast them off. So when you get them, they're pliable, they're kind of soft. You're going to want to put them onto the grill and toast them. If you don't put them onto the grill and toast them, you could also just put them into the oven, crisp them up. I like to deseed them, and then from there, you're gonna rehydrate them. So all you do is pour a little bit of tea water over the top, and that's gonna moisten them back up. And what this is gonna do, this is gonna add a real umami to the dish. It's gonna be nice and smoky. It's gonna add a mild level of heat to the dish and really round things out for you. So strongly suggest you work with these. They're super simple to use. So as we get back to our steaks, guys, right? Super sealed, all that peppercorn rub that we put in there, it's very tight. We have our butter in there. We're gonna go down into our water bath here, which is, we have it set for 59.5 degrees Celsius, or we can have it at the Fahrenheit temperature. We're gonna drop down in here for about 30 minutes. What that's doing, that's an indirect style of cooking. So when we talk about when you wanna like do a steak dinner at home and you wanna impress, and you got all this stuff you got to do, this eliminates the stress. You have the steak ready to go. Once you shock it down, you can do this early in the day. Shock it down, get it chilled. When it comes game time, get the grill super hot. We're going to show you that a little bit later, and just put a hard char on them, really hard sear, and you're going to be ready to go. So steaks are down. Hope you guys are enjoying your beautiful handmade taquitos. It's delicious. Hope you guys are enjoying. Okay. So next, guys, we got the onions and peppers grilling. We're gonna come on over and check them out. So again, guys, as you can see on the pasilla chilies and doing the sauce, we got some time still, right? They've been on for a few minutes. They're working well. They're starting to get their char on them. Right now, down here in South Florida, for those of you that are watching that aren't South Floridians, it's still mango season. These mangoes are super sweet, super fresh. And the combination of the chile and the mango is just a perfect combination. Mixed in with our cumin and coriander seed and our fresh garlic. So we still got those working there. From that point, we're also going to do a technique with the avocados. We all love avocado, at least I do. I like to I could eat it on my eggs, I could eat it on my steak, I could eat it really pretty much any time of the day. So what we're gonna do with the avocados for our salad, as we got the grill going, and we're gonna go ahead and mark them off and grill them. Again, this is all about getting prepared early in advance, before your dinner party, before your barbecue. We all know we cut these in half, what do? They turn brown. We're trying to prevent that. So a little bit of heat, a little bit of acidity is gonna do that. So we're gonna go ahead and cut our avocado. Right, beautiful avocados here. You want to be super careful as you're removing the pit. So just gently turn your knife into the pit, release it. So guys, with the avocado, when we're doing this technique, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna leave the skin on, we cut them in half, we're gonna quarter them. All right, so now, next step, we're gonna hit them up, salt and pepper. Gonna put a little touch of oil. And it's important that we add a little bit of acid to this. So the acidity also is gonna help with the oxidization. We're gonna use lime. So we're just gonna squeeze a little bit of fresh lime over the top. Adding flavor, also technique, right? Stopping them from turning brown, but also adding another layer of flavor. We're gonna come back over to the grill. All right. So from this point here, we're gonna go into, well, so we got the avocados grilling and we got the pasilla sauce working. We're gonna start to puree everything and get everything all pulled together, okay? Here we go. So guys, as we got the beautiful grill marks onto the onions and we got some marks onto the tomatoes, we're gonna go ahead into our blender. And everything's all gonna go in. We got jalapeno grilled, we got our grilled onion, we got our tomato. And then from there, the fresh mango. We got our pasilla chilies that have been toasted, rehydrated in water. Cumin and coriander. Fresh chopped cilantro. And guys, I love garlic, so I'm gonna put 3 cloves. There's gonna be a little garlic forward. If you don't like garlic, put 2, but for me, more is better. All right, so 3 garlic. And then from there, guys, we're just gonna put a little bit of water to help bring it all together. About a half a cup. I'm gonna come over here. All right, guys, now that we've pureed everything, we want to go ahead and put another little touch of salt and pepper, add another layer of seasoning as we're working. And guys, here we go. This sauce right here, as you can see, the viscosity of this sauce is just amazing. got beautiful color and texture. This works well with chicken, with steak. You can even use it with fish to add a little bit of acid to it. If I was going to use it with fish, I'd add some more lemon or lime to it. We're going to go ahead and pull that off. And guys, this is all stuff that you can do ahead of time. So this can be done early in the day. This will stay in your fridge for 2-3 days. All right, now we're going to come back to our avocados that have been on the grill. So guys, as you can see here with the avocado, this is what you're looking for, right? You want to get that mark on there, okay? So the mark on the avocado is going to solidify the deal that you know for sure it's not going to oxidize and turn brown on you. The other one still got a little bit of time to go, but exactly what you're looking for is right here. All right, guys, so the avocados are done. They're setting aside. We got those working. Now we're going to move on to the corn. So corn elote, it's an amazing dish. It's something that is great for a backyard barbecue. And it's something that you can do, again, a little bit ahead of time and to keep yourself going. What we're going to do here, we're going to take our ear of corn. When you're shopping for the corn on this dish, we want to look for a little bit of a stem on the end of the corn because this is going to become our handle. So when you're picking out your corn, make sure it has a little bit of a give to it. It's soft. And at the end has a little bit of a point to it on the ear itself. Because the end, we're going to pull the husk back and this will become our handle, okay? So we're going to go onto the grill with these bad boys. And when you're grilling corn, don't worry about it getting a little charred. It can get a little bit black, it's fine. But we're just gonna go low and slow on these. We're gonna let them roast. It takes about 15 minutes or so, and they'll be ready to go. For the elote corn, we're gonna make a mayo crema. So what we do with that, instead of using sour cream, we do a Mexican crema here. So what the difference is really is the sour cream, but this has a little bit more acidity to it than a regular sour cream would be. So what we're gonna do, we have some delicious ingredients for this here, right? So this is gonna kind of tie everything together. We have our nice mayo. We have our crema, which is our little more acidic sour cream. We have tortilla cheese, which is the Mexican Parmesan. We have garlic. We got a little chipotle. We're gonna do smoked paprika. It's kind of my favorite. You could do chili powder. It's my little touch I like to put on it. We're gonna do lime zest, cilantro, fresh lime as well. So we're gonna go ahead and mix that up. And this is gonna be the base for the corn, okay? So fresh crema into the bowl. Mayo. We're gonna put some fresh chopped cilantro. We're gonna go ahead and add our chipotle. We've chopped up the chipotle itself, and then we've also added some of the adobo, some of the paste. Raw fresh garlic, gonna add a little bit of a bite to it. I think it's important to use raw garlic sometimes, guys, by the way. Everybody thinks you gotta cook it. You know, when you're making a chimichurri, you're making a sauce like this. Fresh garlic is awesome. It adds a nice little bite to the dish, and it stays with you throughout the dish. Lime zest, some lime juice. Right? Pretty straightforward. Okay? We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna mix that up. And guys, what you have here is a beautiful, tasty crema, right? So this crema here, you could use it for a lot of things, but today we're going to be using it for the elote on the corn. So absolutely amazing right here. You're going to see our tortilla cheese, a little bit of lime zest to go over the top, and then our smoked paprika. We'll grab the rest of our avocados. Absolutely beautiful, guys, right? Nice char on them. We're gonna go and turn our corn. So you can see the corn here getting a little bit of brown. So guys, here we go. Finished product on the avocados. Again, this could be done in the morning, early afternoon, set them up into the fridge, and you can peel them back later in the day and be ready to go. I'm gonna set these aside. Okay, next. So as we go into the corn, we're gonna build a handle. So we have a couple pieces of the corn here that we have already grilled off. I just want to show you guys how to do that. So when we go to do the corn handle for the husk, you know, so like I was showing you before on the raw corn, we want to keep that end on the bottom. Don't cut that off before you boil it. As you go to peel it down, just don't grab half and grab the other half. You actually want to pour it down a couple leaves at a time and see what naturally wants to come first, okay? So as you see what naturally wants to come first, you're going to start to build your handle, okay? All these hairs here, we want to pull them all back. We're going to discard this. And now we got our beautiful bottom here of the husk, okay? So this part of the husk, as we're working with it, we want to look for the longest piece of the husk. This is what we're going to use to tie the husk together to make our handle. And we also want to make sure we're using the one from the inside, because the inside is going to be softer, tender, more pliable, okay? So here we go. This one looks good right here. We're going to go ahead and take the bottom of the corn. Finish cleaning it up a little bit more here. We're going to take it, we're going to give it a twist. So right little twist, you get the bottom of your bundle ready to go. And when it comes to the bottom, it's going to simply tie a knot. Okay, now that we've got our knot tied, you're going to kind of just measure with your hand, you know, what normal grip would be. Go ahead and cut the bottom off. Discard. Now you got an impressive piece of looking corn, right? So once you go ahead and mark this up and we finish it off, it's going to look great on the platter. So here you go, that's building the handle. So once we got the rest of the corn cooking, we're going to move on to our salad. So guys, this is another great technique that you're going to use with your food saver, right? With your vacuum sealer. We do it here in the hotel, here at Hyatt Centric Las Olas. With that, it brings flavor, it changes texture. You're able to infuse things into it. Today we're doing ginger and of course our Tito's vodka. So what we're going to do here, we got our beautiful watermelon, our beautiful dragon fruit. We're going to go ahead, bring our watermelon into the bag. And then a little bit of fresh ginger, guys. A little bit goes a long way. For myself, I love ginger, so I would add a little bit extra of it, you know, for me. But again, like half a teaspoon, plenty. Then we're gonna go to the vodka. Now this is all up to you guys. For me, I like to make it boozy. You can make it a little less boozy if you like. But the watermelon itself actually is gonna absorb all this vodka. And it does it very quickly, literally within seconds. So I just want you guys to see hopefully you can see the color of the watermelon now and the texture. Once we go ahead and vacuum seal it, it's gonna totally manipulate the texture and absorb this vodka. So what we're gonna do, it's about a 1/4 inch or so on the bottom. As you can see here, we got about a 1/4 way up the bag, 1/4 way up of the fruit that you're gonna go with the vodka. We're gonna go ahead and repeat that really quickly. So again, guys, this can be done with your food saver. Fresh ginger. More vodka. Got about 1.5 ounces or so, guys, in here. Again, coming up about a quarter of the way up the fruit. We're gonna go ahead and fold our bowl back down, and we're gonna go into the sealer. How's everybody enjoying their cocktail? Hope you guys are enjoying it. This thing is super refreshing. Hope you're enjoying this handcrafted Tito's vodka. Definitely my go-to vodka. Have it in my house. Love it with all different types of drinks. Definitely a win. All right, guys, here we go. We're gonna seal again. And what that's gonna do, as we're sealing the fruit, it's gonna infuse that vodka. So you saw how I poured in that 1/4 inch or so of vodka? Once it comes out, all that liquid's gonna be gone. It's gonna be completely compressed into the watermelon and absorbed into the watermelon. It's a great adult salad that we're doing here, right? A boozy watermelon salad, but it's also a great garnish for a cocktail. So if you're making a watermelon Cheetos cocktail, you go ahead and take this and it just kind of carries the flavor through another level, okay? So another thing that we're gonna do next is as these are compressing, we're gonna go ahead and peel our avocados. So with the avocados, when we were grilling them, we kept the skin on, okay? So it's important to do that. It's gonna help keep the texture and the integrity of the avocado as it's being grilled so it doesn't mush out on you. And again, it's helping to keep everything nice and green. So guys, check this out. Just to show you, these are avocados that we did about 5 hours ago. Just wanted to be able to give you guys an example of how they hold color, they still hold their shape and integrity. It gives you the opportunity to get this done early in the day. That way, when it comes time for your guests to eat and enjoy your time, you're ready to go. You can go ahead and scoop these out an hour or so before your event and be ready. All right, couple more here, guys. All right, guys, and what I like to do once I peel them, get them off of the grill, I like to add a little bit more acidity, just kind of going over the top, a little bit of fresh lemon, lime, a little bit more salt. Okay, here we got our avocados. Now check this out, guys. This watermelon, you guys remember the color? Remember how much liquid was in the bottom? The liquid's completely gone. See how dark red they are? Looks like tuna, right? So what this has done, it's compressed all that liquid inside the center of this watermelon and infused that flavor. So it's something that's really cool. You can put any type of syrup in here, any type of flavor that you care for, but for me, it's ginger and vodka today. Amazing. So what we're gonna do here, guys, we're gonna simply, once we get it compressed, it's not one of those things you gotta compress and then wait and hang out. You can compress this and it's ready to go right away. On the avocado. So guys, just to show you as reference, as we were cooking the corn, it didn't take long. We were back there for about 10 minutes or so. As you can see, it's very dark on one side. That's quite all right. That's what you're looking for. That's what the husk is there for, to protect the corn and steam the corn, okay? So guys, this is amazing. Check this out, right? This is absolutely amazing. This is something special, something you really wow your guests with. We serve it here in the hotel inside a salad, minus the vodka, but inside the salad with the ginger, it's just amazing, really cool. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take our tomatoes, beautiful heirloom tomatoes. So guys, here we got a couple of zebras, some yellow tomatoes. What I like to do with heirloom tomatoes, right? They are not all the same size. They're all not the same color, right? So go ahead and roll with that. You know, you could cut some in wedges. You could slice some. For me, we're going to do a little bit of both today. So we'll go here. We're just going to take some nice slices. Don't worry, I have a garbage can here. I'm not throwing everything on the floor. So here we go. We're going to lay a few slices down of our tomato. We're going to alternate some of the colors here. So guys, now that we got some sliced tomatoes down, it's important to season as you go, right? So the tops of these tomatoes too, we're gonna go ahead and pull them because we're gonna dice them onto the top. All right, so now it's about layering the flavors. So we have our tomatoes down. We're gonna hit them with a little bit of olive oil over the top. We're gonna go ahead with our Malvern salt, which is, you know, nice flaky sea salt. We're gonna be pretty liberal with that because as we go into the salad, we wanna have some nice layers of flavor on it. And then we're gonna carry the flavors through with our smoked peppercorn blend. So the same spice and peppercorn we put on our steak, we're gonna layer a little bit of that into the salad. So as you eat everything, they all kind of combine together. Nice fresh peppercorn. We're gonna go ahead with another tomato that we're gonna wedge. So guys, have fun with it. It doesn't have to be perfect. You know, you could have a wedge going one way, one facing another, absolutely fine. Next, guys, we got our watermelon salad. And with the watermelon, so we got a compress and we got our dragon fruit. So dragon fruit right now is in season here in South Florida. It's a great fruit. It's a little tangy, very sweet, great for making juices, very healthy. So we're just gonna go ahead and scatter some of that down. And again, guys, tomato is actually a fruit scientifically, but we all look at it as a vegetable, but it pairs well with tropical fruit. So don't be afraid to take tomato and add different layers of fruit to it, right? And then we're gonna go ahead with this beautiful compressed watermelon. So guys, this watermelon is gonna give a nice bite to it, right? Because the ginger has some spice to it. So the ginger itself has a nice spice. Of course, the vodka is gonna kick it up a notch as well. So it's definitely gonna have a lot of layers of flavor, which is great. Okay. So then guys, then we're gonna place our avocados over the top and in the micros. We're gonna grab those. But again, guys, nice wedges of grilled avocado over the top. They got some nice acidity to them. It's gonna really blend well with those tomatoes down below sitting in the fruit juices. So we're gonna do a final season on this at the end. So this is the start here of our beautiful compressed fruit salad, right? So we have that right here, ready to go. Guys, what we're gonna do next, we're gonna go ahead and finish up our corn. We'll put some of these diced tomatoes from the top over. okay? So guys, on the corn, what you're gonna do, once we've gotten this part done, this could, like I said, be done earlier in the day. As we did, we kind of showed you the technique, how to grill them. We're gonna go ahead and just warm them up gently on the grill. I'm a big fan of grilled corn. I think it works awesome, and especially in summertime, it's something that you could do from home, right out back. You don't need to be in the kitchen, getting super hot with the ovens on and everything like that. So we're gently warming the corn, and then we're gonna go ahead and brush it down with that beautiful sauce that we made. This sauce has now had some time. You wanna make this sauce in advance a little bit, right? Because we add the zest, we add the fresh juice. So that's something that we wanna kind of let marry into the sauce and create that flavor. So we've just taken the corn, we've gently rolled it, and then we're gonna do next, guys, as we're getting that going, we have our beautiful fresh herbs here for our salad. You know, so some people chop their herbs. I love to chop herbs for certain things, but for a salad like this, it's super vibrant. It's got nice pops of flavor. It's kind of the idea, right? With that compressed watermelon, that vodka, boom, it's gonna pop. Fresh tomatoes with that salt, and then you got that beautiful dragon fruit. So what I like to do, I like to tear the herbs. I'm going to take a little bit of fresh basil leaf. And again, I kind of always like to take them and just kind of give it a little bit of a smack. What that does, that's going to bring out the oils in the herb. It's going to bring out the flavor in the herb. So we're going to go ahead and take that, and we're just going to rip them and tear them over the top. Now the cilantro, on the other hand, is a little more delicate. So this, we're just going to take the herbs and just simply put them over the top. And then for garnish here, guys, we got some beautiful violas. We're just going to add a little bit of fresh flowers for summertime. You know, kind of at this time of the year here at the hotel, we always add a little bit of flowers to a lot of our dishes. You know, just kind of bringing that summer vibe to most of the dishes. They really it brings a lot of color, and they bring a lot of flavor too as well. It's going to give you that nice aromatic, that nice perfume. Okay. So here we go. We got our beautiful salad. It's ready to go. Absolutely, yeah. I would love for everyone to be able to see that. Yeah. No, absolutely. Please, please do. So guys, yeah, this is a showstopper, right? I mean, you know, you really don't see a salad like that anywhere. And it all goes well together, right? It screams summer. You know, here we are, guys, middle of August, South Florida. So perfect and refreshing. Throw these cocktails, amazing. We're gonna hit into the corn next. So now that we got our corn working, we're getting a light mark onto the corn. We don't want to get too much of a char, but a nice little mark on it is fine. All right, guys. So check it out. With the corn, we've just simply rolled it onto the grate. We haven't charred it too much, but it's nice and warmed up now. It's ready for the crema and for the cotija cheese. So what we do here, you want to be real liberal with the cotija. So we're gonna take the cotija cheese. Now cotija cheese is pretty much the Mexican Parmesan. It's a type of queso fresco that has a nice salt content to it. It's great on tacos, amazing on corn. So we're gonna go ahead here, get some of this into the bowl, into our sizzle product here. And guys, all we're simply gonna do, we're gonna take our cream and brush it down both sides of the corn. And what this is going to do, it's going to add flavor, but it's also going to act as the glue. So we're going to go down into our tortilla cheese. We're going to roll it into the tortilla cheese. And we're not going to be shy here, guys. We want it to cake on. We want it to be nice and heavy. We're going to go ahead and continue that process. So again, just brushing down liberally with your crema on all sides, going into the tortilla. You could also take some and sprinkle over the top. Yeah, so tortilla, yeah, that's a good question. Thank you. So tortilla generally is grated. Sometimes you'll see it in a compressed whole format, but majority of the time it's grated. It's ready to go for you. And if it's not, guys, just use a box grater that you have at home that you would grate any type of cheese with. Crumbles very easily. So here we go. More cheese over the top, rolling it into the cheese. We have one more to go here, guys. This stuff is absolutely amazing. All right, into the tortilla again. Nice and liberal. And guys, for the finishing touch on these, what I like to do, you know, for me, some people, like I said, generally it's with chili. For me, it's smoked paprika. I like to add a little bit more of that smoky element. It brings in just another layer of flavor for me. So we're gonna go ahead and just add a little bit of that over the top. Absolutely amazing. And then from there, it's about the lime zest, okay? So I also add a little touch of lime zest at the end. So that first bite can add a little pop of acidity. Pardon me. So that first bite is gonna have a little pop of acidity, and then we got the smoked paprika. And here we go, we can get a nice close-up of that. Absolutely beautiful, right? So guys, we've had our steaks now in our sous vide, cooking low and slow. We have some that are already in the ice bath, but we're also going to show you how to work with these ones too. So we're going to go over here. Hope you guys can see from that angle. And all we're simply going to do is take the steaks and get them into an ice bath, right? So we're going to reach over, submerge in ice. So let's talk a little bit about the benefits of this, guys. So by doing that, the step that we just did, you could do that early in the day. You know, you could do that, you know, you're early in the morning before people are there. You go ahead and get everything all ready to go sous vide. It's cooked to that perfect temperature. All we're gonna do now, we're gonna do a lightly season on it, hit it onto a really smoking hot grill, get a beautiful char, let them rest, and it's perfect. Like there's no guessing. Is the steak gonna be good? Is it not? It's gonna be spot on. It's gonna be perfect. So that's why we call it the perfect steak. So we're gonna go ahead here, take our steak out of the ice bath. So guys, as you saw before, when we had the herbs in the steak, we put the butter, we seasoned well with salt and pepper, our peppercorn blend. Everything's kind of solidified a little bit now. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna go ahead and open that up. And we're simply just gonna take this and bring it out onto our sheet pan. A little bit of that extra butter and herbs there. Flavor, guys. It's all about flavor. So for me, if you know me, it's all about that. So we got our steaks here. We're gonna go ahead and discard these herbs now. They've done their job. And then we're gonna take the steaks that were just in a water bath as well. So you could have them like this. I want to be able to show you guys that you could do this in advance, and that was one of the main purposes of it, but then also to be able to, achieve perfection here. So these ones have only been in the ice bath, as you know, for about a minute. So we're gonna go ahead and pull one out. What's that? So right now it's gonna be medium rare. So right now they're cooked to a perfect medium rare, like absolute perfect. And what you're gonna see when we go ahead and grill it, when you take a regular steak and hit it onto the grill, as you all know, you'll get that beautiful char and a little bit of gray before you see the red, even if you do a rare or a medium rare, so you're putting that hard char on it. By doing it this way, sous vide, we're cooking it through at a low temperature. So we go ahead and slice it, it's gonna be red end to end. So that's, again, another level of perfection that we're achieving. I'm gonna go ahead and open these bad boys up. Out onto our plate here. Gonna discard any extra herbs. We're gonna repeat one more time. You can never have enough of this Wagyu steak, guys, so we're gonna make sure we cook it up. All right, so now that we got our steaks out, pardon me 1 second, these earbud things, by the way. So I'm still trying to figure it out, but hopefully you guys can. All right, so we got our steaks out onto our sheet pan. They've been sous vide perfect. Now we just want to go ahead, re-season lightly with salt. All right, guys, so when I took my corn off of the grill, I turned it up a little bit. So I brought it up to about 600 degrees. And the reason for that is we really don't need to spend a lot of time on the grill now, and we really don't need to be concerned with how long that they're on the grill. The key thing that we're focusing on is to get that nice char. So guys, as you can see, are we here on this angle? So guys, as you can see on the grill, one thing I just want to tell you. So as you're looking at a clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, if you want to get perfect timings, take the point of the steak, put it facing 10 o'clock, like you were looking at a clock, right? That's going to be your first mark on the grill, facing 10. What we're going to do after that, we're going to move it to 2 o'clock. That's going to create a perfect diamond on the steak. So presentation-wise, if you're going to be doing a whole steak, you're not going to be slicing it. This is definitely a way to go. All right, guys, so we're going to let those char up a little bit here. So guys, just a quick recap, right? So we've done an amazing salad. We've compressed fruit. We've learned a new technique there. We could add our vodka. We could add our ginger. Working with these amazing local tropical fruits that we get down here in South Florida. Grilling avocados. You know, these things you can put on your avocado toast, grill them up. They'll be fresh. They'll still be good the next day. Wake up in the morning, put them on your toast, poached egg. Grilling avocados is just an amazing little technique to do. It's impressive. Not a lot of people see it. The elote corn, again, you could take the same technique, take it off of the ear, and go ahead and saute it up with all those same ingredients we went over. Serve it up in a smaller dish if you like. I like it a little more rustic with this handle. It's a perfect way to go as well, right? So now from there, we're gonna go over here onto the steaks and check them out. So guys, as you can see, I was at 10 o'clock. Now I'm moving to 2 o'clock. We got our beautiful pasilla chili sauce. This sauce right here, guys, again, you know, it's one of those things that will stay for 2 to 3 days in your kitchen, your refrigerator in your kitchen. And it's really universal. It's a nice chili salsa. You can use it for, again, chicken, fish. If you did fish, I'd add a little more acidity to it. It's even good with like a dip, right? So if you want to do some chips, it's really, really universal. I prefer it with steak just for the smokiness from the pasilla chili. That smokiness really rounds out really well with the peppercorns of the steak, as well as what we're doing here with the mangoes and the fresh mango season that we're in here in Florida. Again, guys, can't tell you enough how delicious this is. I hope you guys had a chance to follow along and make this cocktail. Big shout out Miami New Times, Tito's Vodka. This is amazing. You know, guys, check us out here in Fort Lauderdale, you know, Las Olas, Hyacentric. We have all of these cocktails on the menu. And we have a lot of dishes like this as well. But just, you know, come check us out. If you're local, if you're in the Miami, Fort Lauderdale area, definitely come see us. Yeah, perfect time for staycation, right? Beautiful pool behind me. Great food in the restaurant, of course. Our cocktail menu as well is it's amazing. It's chef driven. Very, very, very legit. So guys, check it out. So if you're able to see there, that diamond, that's that perfect look we were going for, right? So you got your lines going one way. You can see better on this one, right? As you can see, perfect. So guys, we got a nice char on one side already. We're gonna give them about 1 minute more, and then they'll be ready to go. On the steaks too, guys, it's important to let them rest a little bit as they come off of the grill. For me, one of the things that sous vide is really great about too, it already distributes some of the juices, and it makes it so you're able to move a little bit faster as you come off the grill and go ahead and finish. What's that? Yeah, so the sous vide machines, you know, you could get them anywhere from 75 to 100 bucks for a good one. And right now they have like really cool ones that have the Bluetooth capability. So what you're able to do there, you can program it into your phone. You can set certain temperatures that you want to do. And another great thing, guys, about the sous vide. So we had it set for, you know, our 59.5 degrees Celsius. And when it achieves that, so like you're doing a perfect egg at 62 degrees egg, you can go over the time. It's not going to overcook like it would if it was on a grill or on a flat top or in boiling water. So it really gives you a lot of flexibility, gives you a lot of wiggle room, because once you dial it in, it's done. It's ready to go. So yeah, definitely for about 100 bucks, you can get one and be ready to go. All right, guys, so our steaks are looking nice. We're gonna go ahead and take them off of the grill. All right, guys, so check it out, right? Beautiful grilled steaks here. And if you look at it, if you sous vide them earlier in the day, you turn on your grill, you're done in 7 to 10 minutes, like quick, ready to go. So this demo here was a little bit about how you prepare in advance for your barbecue, get a little bit ahead of yourself with the prep, but then also deliver perfection. So that's just really the way to go, right? Keep it simple, but also keep it beautiful and delicious. All right, guys, so then what we're gonna do here, we're just gonna go ahead and slice them on a bias. You're gonna look for the natural grain in the steak. You know, again, always cut against the grain. So we're just gonna give a few nice bias slices here through the steak. And I just want to show you guys what I was talking about earlier. So as you can see, and we'll bring the platter a little closer to you, but it's legit red end to end. And we had a really hard char and a hard sear on it. So what that does is it helps with texture. It keeps it a little bit smoother, less of a chew. The bite on it is much more smoother and comfortable. And of course, presentation is amazing. So guys, what I always like to do when I'm slicing a steak, you can keep them whole, but you know, if you're gonna go ahead and slice it, I always like to add a little bit of salt over the top of it as well. A little bit of finishing salt. So again, a nice flaky sea salt is definitely the way to go. So they will if it's whole. So that's the carryover cooking, right? So once we go ahead and slice them, it does stop the cooking process, yeah. But carryover cooking is definitely something important to think about because if you are going to leave your steaks whole, they will continue to cook. So we're going to go ahead, nice liberal amount of that sauce, the salt rather, and then here we go with the pasilla chili right over the top. And here we go. So again, beautiful steaks here. I don't know if you want to bring that kind of up to the camera a little bit so you can get a little better view. It's a little heavy, be careful. Fantastic. So guys, here we go. I just want to tell everybody, thank you very much for tuning in. We really appreciate you taking the time, letting us come into your home and show you a little bit about what we do here at High Centric Las Olas. We really appreciate Miami New Times and Tito Kentucky Baca for giving us the opportunity. I hope that you guys have been able to donate to the South Beach Food and Wine Festival, to the Relief Fund for independent restaurants. And again, we really appreciate all of your support. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you.